If you're a big swim team and you like to order a lot of gear, maybe you ought to check out Swim Outlet Team Division for these reasons. Swim teams receive a 10% discount on bulk orders. Swim teams or organizations get an 8% commission on referred sales. You'll also like their customization services, which is affordable and available at all times during the year for all team gear. With over 50,000 items in stock, you can get most anything you want. Swim Outlet Team Division. You need to try it out. You'll be glad you did.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Thursday, October 4th, 2012. I'm your host, Jeff Cummings. Today in the Finis Monitor is the fastest sprinter in the collegiate ranks so far this season. Mark Weber is a senior at Florida State University, and he swam a 20.03 in the 50-yard freestyle last weekend, and he joins us now from Tallahassee, Florida. Mark, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. So 20.03, was that a surprise?
It was a little bit of a surprise. I kind of thought it might be coming, but at the same time, we've been working really hard, and it was a stretch and a dream, but it was great to hit.
So when you say you thought it might be coming, what was going on with training that made you think that this was possible?
It's just been our first 2 weeks in group training, and so we'd switched over to the more sprintered weights and training in the pool, so a lot more power and speed work and just really breaking us down. And I wasn't really sure how fast I was going to be able to go, but it obviously worked out.
Yeah, and besides that, you had a great split on your 200 free relay. I think it was 19.3. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I mean, you really had a great first start to this season. What was your best in-season time in the 50 before this?
19.6.
19.6, and then that was actually at the ACC championships. But I'm talking about like actually during the season, not shaved or tapered.
20.3.
20.3. Okay, so 0.3 better. So do you think that's going to correlate to a 19.3 at the end of the season?
I think it could. I'm hoping for a little bit faster than that. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, well, that really does bode well for you, as most people would love to have a 20.03 in the first meet of the season. Now, Florida State has had one or two guys every year that does well at the NCAAs, and it looks like you're going to be that guy this year. How do you feel about being that kind of leader for Florida State this year?
It's good. It's exciting, but I don't think I'll be the only one this year. We've got a lot of guys coming up that are fast, that really turned on at the end of the season, and I think we're set up well to surprise some people come conference and NCAAs.
Well, tell us about some of those people we should be looking out for.
Paul Murray, Trice Bailey, they're both sprinted with me. They're both swimming really fast right now for being really tired, and they always do really well at the conference meets. We've got some upcoming freshmen. Derek Pridemore should be a real strong for us. And then we've just got John Jessel swam really well at the end of the year last year. We were looking for him to swim real fast, and I mean, we've got so many people coming back that we should just have an incredible year this year.
Now, Florida State did really well at the men's NCAAs. You guys were 7th in the 400 free relay, 9th in the 200 free relay, which I'm going to come back to in a minute. I guess that you kind of have you been riding that momentum from such a great meet in March to what you're doing now?
I think so. The team is really excited. It kind of sparked off at ACCs last year. The team really came together, and we had a lot of fun at ACCs, and they really helped us swim fast. And I think that spark has kind of stuck with us through the summer and in the beginning of this year, and we're kind of taking that and pushing it through all the stuff that we do right now, and we're really gearing up for the end of the season and trying to keep the energy level up at that conference level all year long.
Now, the 200 free relay at NCAAs, as I said, you got 9th at that meet. You split an 18.83, which was tied for the fastest split in that event. I mean, where did that come from?
I always swim fast on relays. I love the relays. I don't know what it is, but I can just step up and swim fast. I think those are more the true measure of my speed. in comparison to my individual events where I think I struggle sometimes, and I'm able to swim well, but not at the same level as I do on the relays, and that's something I'm looking to fix this year.
Yeah, that's an issue I think a lot of 50 freestylers have, especially at the NCAAs where you're doing potentially 3 or 4 50 frees in one day. So how do you manage to keep the same mental focus and excitement that you have for the relay and try to equate that to doing something well in an individual event?
Part of it, I think, is working with our sports psychologists. They're helping us out, helping me work through keeping up the excitement on the individual events, and then also just trying to think of the same thing is where if I'm running someone down, I'm trying to think of that in my individual events, try to picture someone out there in front of me and know that the entire team's sitting there behind me, wanting me to go and catch that person, and that's kind of what's going through my head.
Well, that's kind of an interesting approach to this. I've never really heard about using sports psychology to help you swim faster. How long have you been taking that approach?
The sports psychologists have been working with our team for the last year. So we've been doing just some group sessions that are with the whole team working together and trying to get us to be a better team, help with smaller things that we can do individually, and just trying to train the mental aspect of swimming as much as we do the physical aspect.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a part of swimming that has been untapped. So he kind of works with you as a team and then kind of deals with everybody separately?
Mainly group sessions. You can do individual sessions, but a lot of the stuff we do is team meetings.
Okay, interesting. You swam in the Olympic trials. You went 23:21 in the 50 free, 51:4 in the 100 free. How would you rate your swims from that meet?
It was extremely disappointing. I'd been faster times in practice just the week before, and I think going to the meet, feeling the pressure of the meet, all the people, and just the new environment. I'd never been to the meet before, and it's an extremely tough environment to swim in. No matter how prepared you think you are, you step up on the blocks and you do your thing, and then you turn around and you look at the board, and it's not what you expect to happen, and it's, I think, just an extremely tough situation to swim in.
Well, I think it's safe to say that disappointment's kind of been your motivation so far. I mean, you come from that to going 20.03 in season. I think it's kind of, would you say that's kind of what has been the case?
Oh yeah, it definitely was disappointing, and I think all the hard training I did last year leading up to that, really wanting to do well, and then not doing well really crushed me, and I took a little break, and now that I got that break and I'm coming back, the fire's just roaring right now to go fast.
You're kind of in a tough spot. Your collegiate season ends next spring. Do you think you're going to continue to compete through to 2016?
I'm not sure. We'll have to see what happens this year.
Okay. So what do you, I guess if the plan is to not continue, do you have any kind of career plans after graduation?
I'm working on them. I have a sport management degree, and eventually I'd like to be an athletic director, so I'm looking to start getting into some entry-level director positions with athletics, and just finding a job there and then working my way up.
Well, maybe you could, whether you continue swimming or not, just kind of continue working there at Florida State. I'm sure they could be glad to have one of their best sprinters in their history working for them.
It would be a great opportunity. I would love to.
Well, Mark, congratulations on this great start to your season. I know you got a big meet coming up this weekend, the first dual meet of the season. Are you kind of expecting another 20 flat from your 50?
I hope so. I'd like to be a little faster than that. I'd like to stay under in the dual meets this year, so we'll see if I can pull it together.
Well, that would be very impressive. Thanks again for joining us, and good luck this season.
Thank you.
All right, so that's sprinter Mark Weber joining us today on the Finis Monitor. And that'll do it for today's morning swim show. As always, we invite you to post your thoughts on today's show by going to swimmingworld.com, as well as our Facebook and Twitter pages. I'm Jeff Cummings. Thanks for watching.